Today, guys, we're talking about real estate here in the Pikes Peak region and the different types that you can find out here, as well as where you can find some of the more expensive and some of the less expensive areas. Stay tuned to the end and we'll talk all about it. Hey guys, really quick before we get into the meat of this video, I just wanted to say really fast, if you haven't done so already, number one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell down below. We put at least 2 videos out a week, and I want you to stay updated on all the new videos we have coming out about the area, so that way you can stay in tune to what's happening, things to do, and check out all the cool stuff out here. Also, I wanted to say, if you've got any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to call us at our team number, 719-266-2725. You can also email us at info@jdmret.net, and we will get back to you as quickly as possible. And that's any questions with anything whatsoever, whether it's real estate related or just coming out here to visit or moving to this area, anything you've got question-wise, or even if you've got something else that you want to just mention that might be a great video to be able to do that you haven't seen yet, please reach out. You can either call that number at 719-266-2725 or shoot us that email at info@jdmret.net, or you can also post a comment in the messages below and we will absolutely get back to you as quickly as possible to answer all those. We service this area, we live in this area, and we represent this area. We love working here. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so today we're talking basically about real estate in the Pikes Peak region, and I'm focusing primarily on the Teller County and the El Paso County areas. Now there's other areas that surround Pikes Peak obviously, but I'm focusing on these areas in particular so that we can just try to get some information out so folks can kind of understand where things are, how they lie, and when they're looking at coming out here, what their options are. We get lots of folks that move out here from different parts of the U.S. all the time, whether they're military or not military, doesn't matter, and it really just kind of helps to kind of understand where things are and kind of orientate you so that you can see different places within the area, and you might even consider some spots that you didn't consider before. So we're going to start in the biggest area that we have, which is Colorado Springs, which has got the most population around the Pikes Peak area, bar none, and it is a massively growing area. So Colorado Springs is definitely a large city within Colorado, just south of Denver on the I-25 corridor, and it is just doing nothing but continuously expanding out to the east and to the north. It goes all the way down to the south to the Fountain area and the Fort Carson area of Colorado Springs. You can also go down 115 on the west side of Fort Carson and continue all the way down into Pueblo County as well. And it really gets pushed a lot from the mountains to the east because it can't really expand anymore to the east with all the mountains that we have. So Manitou is usually about the farthest west you can get within that El Paso County and that Colorado Springs area. You start working your way up the Ute Pass, which is Highway 24. Now we've seen a lot of growth and a lot of explosion within the community of Colorado Springs and how it's starting to progress and continue to grow. We've also seen a lot of renovations and a lot of changing, especially in the downtown area too, which makes it very unique. Now the cool thing about Colorado Springs is it's very spread out. It's not as congested as Denver, although, you know, we've always heard, you know, oh, in 10 years, Colorado Springs is gonna be connected to Denver. We heard that when we moved here 10 years ago, and they're still saying that. And that might happen at some point, but it really, you still got that gap up there, you know, between Monument and Palmer Lake and the Castle Rock area, and then getting into the actual Denver area itself too. But they have completed the GAP project, which helps that north and south transition very easily. So most of our growth in the Springs area is really pushing out to that north side, up by Academy, Northgate, and then to the northeast area as it continues to spread east out into the Springs. But there's some really cool older pockets within Colorado Springs too, like Old Colorado City, the Broadmoor area up against Cheyenne. And with us being so close to the mountains, you can get very, very different types of weather patterns very quickly, just within a few short miles of each other as well. And you can get more arid climates to the south, more rain and snow to the north. It also goes up in elevation quite a bit there too. Now, Colorado Springs, you've got all kinds of different dynamics from you can buy homes, medium prices, sometimes in the mid to low 400s, all the way up into the multi-millions, depending on where you are and what you're willing to pay and what your affordability rate is as well. But we also have lots and lots of jobs out there that offer that really kind of compare very well to the homes that are selling out there. The only thing that I would say doesn't really do so well yet is the military BAH. They're a little slow in catching all of that up with the cost of living that's happening out here, with those cost of homes too. So just be prepared for that too. So, and then I'll continue into the west section up in the Teller County area. Woodland Park, which I'm sure a lot of folks have heard of, is a nice tiny little mountain town that's still within easy drive distance from Colorado Springs. And you're typically anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 feet above Colorado Springs, living on the north side of Pikes Peak, and just get some gorgeous views and some awesome mountain style living without being too far away from Colorado Springs. Now, obviously, if you get up in the mountains, you've got a highly sought after area, a more highly sought after area that is going to be a little bit more expensive to live in, because you got that proximity of Colorado Springs. You got an easy commute if you're working in Colorado Springs, and so it just kind of helps with that back and forth on there and just maintain the stability within that climate too. We got a lot of second homes being bought up here, vacation homes that are being bought up here as well for different families, and a lot of folks that just do primary residence up there too. That's where I live, is in the Teller County area also. So two very big dynamics and two very big changes of what you can get up here too. So we've got everything both in the mountain communities and in the Colorado Springs area, from your normal urban type suburban areas where you've got homes real close to each other. We got townhomes, apartments, condos, all of that stuff that we've got in place. You can also be within walking distance of everything in downtown with all the great restaurants in Colorado Springs and all the different upgrades and renovations we've done with Widener Field down there as well. And those are typically going to be a little bit more expensive for what you're looking at down there also, as opposed to the other areas within Colorado Springs. And then, if you get further out, you can get some really nice mountainside homes that have great views to the east as well. Up in the Mountain Shadows area, the Broadmoor area, and get some beautiful views out to the east. And those typically get a little bit more expensive as we start getting up into those areas. And it's important to have an agent that knows and specializes in those areas too, because there's certain places that can have certain issues. We have had landslide issues in the history of Colorado Springs. There's actually some FEMA disaster zoning areas for those landslides that are down there in that area on that Front Range portion as well. And it's just important to make sure you've got that agent that's out there that can actually help you identify where those are and make sure that you are not buying in a place that's like that, or if you are, that it has been completely evaluated and is certified to be a safe area to live or a safe home to live in as well. Other important things you want to watch out when you're buying out here are just making sure you're getting proper inspections done when you're out here too, like sewer scopes. Those are really, really important, so you're not paying this massive repair bill for the sewer line going from the house to the actual street where it becomes public responsibility at that point. Those are big. Roof inspections are big too, because of the hail that we can get here as well, and that just intense sun that can kind of come down and just deteriorate things a little bit quicker. Also up in the rural areas, you're looking at septic inspections, so pumps and inspections also to make sure all of that system's working correctly too, and then some more those roof inspections and all your basic inspections also. So these can all be very dynamic in the way things are required, and some things that aren't required in certain areas also, which is also important why you get an agent that knows how to specialize in that area and absolutely knows what they're doing in those areas, so your best interests are at heart as well. Cool things to think about too. We have lots of tourism that happens out here, not just people that just live and work out here. Lots of tourism. We got Garden of the Gods. We got the Broadmoor Resort that's down there that's super famous. Lots of really cool golf courses. Of course, all the hiking, mountain biking, all the wildlife that you get to see out here too. So those are things that absolutely draw folks in that want to come and see this area as well and enjoy it. Plus, we have an airport that can get you a lot of places for very similar price to what you're going to get at Denver Airport, with a lot less hassle as well, which is also something that folks love quite a bit. So, how could I forget this? We have lots of different rural type stuff out here too, with the farmlands and the horse properties out here as well. I'm a horse owner and have horse property myself, and it's just something that we love doing. We ride our horses quite a bit, so it's a cool thing to check out and to do, and it's a very, very cool place to own a horse, just with the amount of activities and things you could do on that side. If you're into rodeo, trail riding, showing, anything that you're doing, just having a companion horse also really, really, really fun place to do. And I'd love to answer any questions you have on that. So I hope that gives you a good idea of what availability we have for different things out here, and I can't wait to see you guys out here. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I just want to say again really quick before you send off the page, make sure you hit that subscription button and that notification bell down below. That keeps you updated with all the new videos that we got coming out each week. And also, if you got any questions whatsoever for us, we are local experts of these areas, and we are local real estate agents within these areas, and we love helping people out. We got people calling us all the time for these, but please just call us 719-266-2725, or you can email us at info@jdmret.net, and we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you next time.